Hey Junes, Peter here, your GM from Cyberpunk Red Resist and Disorder. Hope you've been enjoying the episodes that have been coming out as much as I enjoyed running the campaign. This campaign ended a couple years ago, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to announce a new campaign called One Night in Tokyo that we'll be broadcasting over on Twitch. Check the link in the box below if you'd like to join us for that venture. But now for the real reason that I'm here. I've been trying to keep uploading these every week, but with the new campaign started, I'm not going to have time to do campaign prep and do all of the editing that these require to upload on a timely basis. Now, I could just upload all these episodes raw as they were recorded, but that would kind of defeat the purpose of the editing in the first place and would kind of lose its charm. That, and I don't want to lose the quality that the edited videos bring. So these uploads will alternate with our broadcasts of One Night in Tokyo, alternating on Thursdays. As of this episode of Resistance and Disorder, we have the first session up as a VOD over on Twitch. And when I finish uploading this campaign, I will start editing and uploading those episodes from Twitch onto YouTube as well. Thanks for understanding, Chooms. Hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope to see you over on Twitch for our new campaign.
In the year 2021, the fourth corporate war began, and that's when it all went to hell. I mean, it was already hell before then for most of us. But man, shit really hit the fan. The next couple of years, it just got worse, until eventually it all came to a peak between Arasaka and Militech. On August 20th, 2023, it all ended with a literal bang when a raid on the Arasaka corporate building brought the whole place crashing down, right in the middle of Night City. The nuclear went off and took out the entire corporate sector, instantly killing 500,000 people and displacing thousands more. Now, 22 years later, we're finally recovering from that hellish time. But make no mistake, it's nowhere near peaches and cream out here in the red. Now, Night City is an even bigger playground for booster gangs, technocults, and all kinds of unsavory characters that wear everything from spiked leather to silk button-downs. What you do now will determine your fate in the time of the Red. It's time for you to rise up from the rubble of Night City. It's time to resist. It's time for some disorder.
Hey, follow around the birth of a soldier. When I decide if you live or die. Rise up, resist and disorder. Rise up, resist and disorder. Nowhere to run. It's all undone. Everything burns. Everything burns. I'll watch you fall down. I'll drag you face down. Everything burns. Everything burns.
All right. This is now session 25. Cyberpunk Red, Resist and Disorder. We skipped last week, so a little recap might be in order here. So who wants to recap what's happened?
Well, Blitz did a lot of things, attempting to get to the center of digital fuckery, while Rash Bart Moss's little joke was running rampant. If the man wasn't already dead, I would shoot him myself. And we were holding the line outside as more and more drones and nano swarms were attempting to get in. Meanwhile, Robbie is having to deal with yet more and more hacking attempts. So, on a bit of a timer there. That's really the long and short of it. Like, Blitz managed to get to the center of everything and find what we presume is the Soul Killer program and put it onto a storage device.
Yep.
And you guys decided to put it onto the Biotechnica storage device.
Yep, because that's the one we get paid for.
That's the one you don't get shot for. That's the one you remain outside of violation of contract for.
And then my buddy got the extra copy. Or a extra copy.
Yes, your buddy did get themselves a copy of it as well. So now the question is, what to do next? Are you guys going to try to get another copy of it into another one of the drives, or are you going to kind of take the win that you've got and get the fuck out?
Well, we kind of need to get some things. One of which is Alt Cunningham's engram, and the other, I'd really like to get Robbie's, if at all possible. So we kind of need to figure out where those are.
I looked at every place that we were going through, and he wasn't there.
Any chance that we can
Listen,
find
we
a
get all
directory?
We get all fucking Cunningham. We got options.
Right,
Well-
but I don't know where to look.
Well, Peter, is there any way to find a directory or anything to that end? Because, like, would there be a place other than here that might house engrams?
I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
I mean, can I do a search while I'm here?
What kind of search are you talking about?
To find Alt Cunningham or Robbie. Now that I'm at the end of the line,
That would literally just be the equivalent of you going back through the areas, since you're basically logged into the network.
on the stuff that I'd already gone through, did it have a timeline of where stuff was input?
You have data about a lot of that stuff already that you saved down there. Some of it's kind of corrupted.
She would probably be one of the very last ones installed.
Right.
Robbie, according to his number, would be one of the very first, or is he near the end also? Because we do have numbers on when, what Robbie was made, but I don't know if that was an early number or if he's a late model.
Yeah. Well, like I said, so you have a lot of the data and everything like that. You just haven't been able to sift through it.
Maybe we already have what we need and we just don't know it.
So you could, if you want to, try and go through and see if you can locate his engram or data and everything like that while you're in the system. However, in dramatic Netrunner view, the Soul Killer program is currently kind of attempting to fight off getting infected by RABIDS at the moment.
Right.
How's it doing? How's Alt Cunningham's work faring against Bartmoss's?
So think of like a superpowered individual trying to hold up a shield against a gigantic wave crashing down onto them, and the wave is starting to engulf around them.
Is there some way to just pull them out already? Like, if we've got the data, can we just pull them out?
I mean, can I shut down the system from here?
Yeah, would the RABIDS virus be so distracted dealing with this actual threat that we might actually be able to turn things off? Like, maybe it's distracted enough?
Blitz, you would have like kind of seen this or whatever. It's like, as soon as the system turned on or got turned on, the RABIDS virus has pretty much continued its spread throughout the entire system. If you remember from last time, or not last time, but the time before that, when you turn the power on, you try to like actually shut it down from the console, it wouldn't let you.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if whether or not, like, the Soul Killer has distracted or destroyed enough of it that maybe we can now.
Yeah,
Or,
it's a program, not an animal. It is Legion. It is not a single entity.
right. Do I know where to physically shut the power down?
So to physically shut the power down, again, would have been the generator room that you guys had started in. That would shut down the power to the whole facility again.
There's got to be a cable in here somewhere that feeds power.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Here's another question. Do I know which banks of computer storage, physical ones, are holding the engrams?
No. You know how a RAID setup works?
Vaguely.
Yeah, well, it's basically a RAID setup. where you have like multiple servers all connected and doing this kind of the same job over various things, spreading it out over various things.
There's not one in particular. Okay. Well, I'm at a loss. I mean, I can try and pull one more copy, but it'll probably kill me in the process.
I don't even mean like pull a copy. I'm thinking like, is there literally anything at all we can do to like get that soul killer right there? What is being overwhelmed out? Like, if the answer is just no, disconnect now. There appears to be literally nothing else we can accomplish here.
Is there a way to pull the fighting copy out?
No, it's basically you're making copies of the program.
Is there a way to shut it down so that it stops fighting?
That would pretty much be a virus roll, and then you would be pretty much rolling against the program itself.
You do not need to do that. If the answer to can we pull it out is no, if there is anything at all we can do, and I am not sure there is.
All right, now here's what I want you to do. Because we do have an option available to keep Soul Killer from getting fucking eaten. And it's called, we have EMP grenades, and we can just torch this entire fucking room and everything that's inside them. But first, I would really like you, Blitz, to look through your data and see if in all the places in this particular area, if the engrams we're looking for are here. And if they're not, then I say we just drop an EMP grenade, and it's just like, this fight is done, and no, the rabbits don't get to have Soul Killer because we're killing all the digital life forms here.
All right. I will burn my actions to figure out where the engrams are.
Okay, so you're gonna use your net actions for the round to look through all your data.
Yep.
All right, let me see if there is a specific thing that you have to do for that, or if it's just kind of you do it. Yeah, it looks like it would be an ID net action.
Okay. 8.
Would you like to spend any luck on that?
13 would be 5 points.
From where you are now, yeah.
Yep. We'll just wipe it out in one swipe. All right, we'll go to 12. We'll go to 13.
Okay. You are scanning all of the data. You are finding bits and pieces and everything like that. You get to Robbie's file. It is partially corrupted just because of the fact that the RABIDS virus kind of got to the file itself and started destroying things. But you're able to at least find the date entered into the program and, you know, how long he was there and everything like that. Go ahead and give me a... You can either give me deduction, or I could potentially take cryptography, but the DV would definitely be higher.
I'll go with this.
Question.
I will go with cryptography.
Question. But considering how this game works, to get a reroll, could Blitz use the other skill to supplement the skill that he just rolled?
So the roll that you have right now is definitely not enough to get it.
All right. Well,
You have one more net action if you want to try and take it.
Did I find Alt Cunningham also, or is she not there?
No, you do not see any. You do not find any name that pertains to Alt Cunningham.
Okay, so she's not here.
All right, well, that's good to know.
I could go to where Robbie's data is and download it. Whether it's corrupted or not, grab it.
So what I was talking about you going through was the the experiment data that you had gotten before, which is basically a bunch of documentation.
Right, but does that say where his engram is stored?
No, it does not say where it's stored. It is just giving various information on the subject.
I think that part of the data would be where the sample was ultimately renditioned.
Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Well, as I said, the data
included sent to
the data that you have on Robbie's stuff has been somewhat corrupted and destroyed. So all of the data regarding Robbie currently is not there. That's what I was trying to get the cryptography / deduction for, to see if he could like parse together what was still there to figure out the rest of the information.
I will try the next file over, assuming it's someone similar, to see if they have different corruption.
Sure. Do you want to try to make a skill roll on that, or do you want to, or what do you want to try and sell me on for?
I'm just gonna hit the crypto on that one and see if I can see if it's corrupted differently.
Presumably, they'd be stored in the same place. It's just one number.
Right.
So different parts of the next file, it does have corruption and whatnot and kind of destroyed, but it is different parts of the file. So the parts that you can't see for Robbie that you can see here is subject status and data location and everything like that.
Hey, that's the one we need.
Okay.
So is that here? Is that this area?
Well, that's the thing. Like, Robbie's information you can't actually see, but you can see that that is what the information that is missing from Robbie's data by comparing it to this one.
Right, but the
Yes,
question,
but this other person, where does it say?
Where does it say this person is?
yeah, because presumably they would be stored in the same place because it's one number over.
This one says transferred.
Does it give a location to where?
No, it just says transferred. Oh, sorry, it says extracted, not transferred. Extracted. I had to look at my notes
Okay,
again.
where is it? Does it say where it was extracted from?
Well, if you who has a high enough deduction roll that I wouldn't have to make you roll for this.
Not me.
I mean, if we're all in comms together, like I double check.
It's meat space time anyway.
Yeah.
My total deduction is 12.
All right, Robbie, I will actually give you a bonus on this one. It is very likely that the extracted files are were taken by Arasaka employees and are likely no longer even in the country.
Motherfuckers. Okay. Well, you know what? That we're going with Plan EMP grenades now because no one that we care about is here. And we can't let the RABIDS get an infected soul killer because fuck that.
It doesn't seem like there don't seem to be very many here at all.
Which leads credence to they probably took most of them when they ran fleeing from the nuclear fallout. Okay. Well, Blitz, you can just tell us in character nobody who we care about is here, so let's just start nuking the place.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's extracted.
You hear Hassan cursing uproariously? Those goddamn fucking motherfuckers! Alright! Fuck it! Robbie, hand me a grenade!
And, I guess before y'all do that, let me run to the other end of the area.
Well, you might want to just jack out completely.
Yeah, just jack out.
Because, like, I'm looking at you still, like, furious out of my mind. It's just like, so, the RABIDS are trying to get, Soul Killer, right? That's what they're trying?
Yep.
Fuck it. They get nothing. Fuck Bartmoss. And his stupid fucking joke.
Does your armor soak 4 damage?
Yes.
All right. Stings a little. You might get the barest bruise as Robbie moves to hand you the grenade, but at the last minute hurls it at you.
Oh, just like, god damn it! Oh. Fuck! This day is the worst!
You can see that the intent was to give it to you, but at the last second, the arm suddenly spasmed and switched to a throwing motion.
No, like Hassan's been seeing Robbie acting pretty weird the entire time. Like he can put two and two together, even filled with blinding rage, as like like he's just kind of looking at Blitz with feral expression. It's just like, are you fine if I pull this right now?
Let me run to the other end of the room and then do it.
So
You do that.
So this EMP blast is going to cover the whole room pretty much.
Well, it depends on how far he throws it.
If you want to get all of the servers, he's gonna want to do it in the center of the room.
Oh, he's gonna throw it in this room? Yeah, go ahead then. Fuck it.
You see your buddy has jacked out of the network as well and sees the EMP grenade. And if a little mechanical spider could sweat, it would be sweating profusely.
Right, but okay, but your copy of Soul Killer is in a hardened USB, so that's fine.
Yep.
Blitz, do you want to try and just run? Do you want to run out of the room?
Isn't there a whole pile of spiders in the area?
There is.
I have another door.
Yeah, hey, guess what? I'm throwing an EMP grenade in over there too, because the old man got really angry and started throwing grenades. So that means I get to do whatever I want. And fuck these. And
Yeah, I don't think I have anywhere to go.
Look,
Your voice
okay,
of
Peter.
conscience over here. Going
Okay,
off.
so Peter, just to confirm, all of the various USBs that we were given were made with the intent of, like, being hardened because we were going into a fucking radiation zone, yes?
Yes, it is. It was meant to be hardened against radiation.
Okay, so it can handle the EMP pulse.
Yeah. The only problem here is Blitz's buddy here, and may or may not be able to withstand it. But
maybe he should jack the fuck out, because this is happening.
Maybe?
he can jack
I'm
out.
not stopping. He's got exactly 10 seconds before I get to where I'm going, and I'm pulling this.
Is there a small Faraday cage in here anywhere?
No, your friend might want to just leave, because right now, like, Hassan is really angry.
Tell him to run for it.
Yeah, like look at and maybe beg Hassan to wait until they get the clear.
Oh, a question real quick. The doorways that led into this area are definitely not big enough to ride your big mobile bots into this room. So where did you leave it?
Yeah, somewhere probably over here.
Okay. So if it's
Or
going,
maybe right behind this thing.
well, that's again the thing. If it's in the room and Yama's gonna throw an EMP grenade in there, it may or may not be safe.
Yep, it's fine. If it gets it, it gets it.
Okay. I'm just making
Okay,
you
so-
making you aware of the current situation.
Well, yeah, no, I'm getting into position. Your friend might want to run, because currently you are just hearing Hassan cursing in Arabic.
Hey, I guess tell him to run.
Yeah. You see like your spider bot buddy just kind of like scrambling out, trying to get over the little barricade that you guys pulled up and running into the other room. Yama, you can kind of see this too, because it like happens right in front of you as as the little bot is trying to scramble up and escape the room.
I'm gonna be slightly not a dick, and I'm gonna give him like the equivalent of like a 10 count before I throw.
Okay.
So yeah, just continuing to just furious cursing in Arabic. At this point, Hassan has just pulled the pin and is throwing it to the ground. It's like, fuck Arasaka and fuck Roche Bartmus.
All right.
Yeet.
Death to Arasaka, death to Roche Bartmus, death to Cerberus.
You hit the grenade and you drop it. And as it goes off, you just kind of see this like electrical field just spread from your location out through the entire room. Anybody who has cybernetics that were not hardened are going to be fried. That would include Resin's cyber arm that she has on. Yama, what cybernetics do you have on you? Is it just the interface plugs?
Other than my neuralware, everything else is hardened, and I'm pretty sure neuralware doesn't fry.
You hit the grenade, and then everything just stops and goes dark. Everything is silent. The bots that were coming after you collapse, and everything is just still.
Hassan in the middle of the room, breathing hard. He doesn't look like he's calmed down at all. Like,
I can't see you. It is now dark.
Warning.
Walking back
EMP
up.
detonation detected.
walking back up to the front of the room.
I don't think I have a flashlight.
We have night vision goggles.
And we had night vision goggles.
Happened to them.
They just got EMP'd.
Good point. Good point. Something I hadn't considered.
Great.
I can see fine.
Yeah, just walking back up to the front of the room is like, Robbie, you okay?
No more external attempts at infiltration.
Fantastic. Let's get the
Currently
fuck out.
debugging unauthorized alteration various systems. Okay, one at a time. Go to each person in the group and like put their hands together, and then drag Dreamer and the rest of the party out of the building in a daisy chain.
Didn't somebody bring a camping kit?
I did. So yes, I have a flashlight in that.
Well, yeah, you probably have
Oh.
flashlight or matches.
Actually, yeah. Speaking of, I'm gonna nudge these drones a bit. Actually, yeah. I'm just gonna how heavy is one of these?
They're pretty hefty. They would take some effort for you to pick up and drag around.
Do they have guns?
Do they have guns?
Do they have
Yeah,
guns?
It was shooting at us.
Were they? Well,
Well,
the big
some
ones.
of them were.
The big
Like-
ones were, not the small ones.
Do these ones have guns?
These ones look like they have little bladed forearms.
Oh, these ones just wanted to take a piece out of us.
Fuck that. I've already got like 2 of those. I don't need more.
But yeah, no, they are all inactive. Even though I don't have them, like, a bunch of them copy-pasted out here, like, you can see, like, a trail of them just kind of all going in the directions that, lead out this way.
I will look for my buddy's thing as we go.
Yeah, he's up and running.
Okay, so he
He-
bailed.
he-
All right.
Yeah, he got out of the EMP blast in time.
Okay. Did backup generators kick on?
Nope.
Nope. Interesting. I will check our loader bot, see if it got fried.
Yama did not end up throwing out a EMP grenade, so...
I think what might have happened that shut off the virus was that so much of it was concentrated here that if there's any of it left, and I'm sure that there is, but a lot of it just got wiped out at once.
It's probably in the
And-
generator room then.
Yeah, hence why the spiders all stopped moving. As we're walking along, furious Arabic curses from Hassan, just rapid fire under his breath.
Well, I will pick up our bot.
Yep. Like I said, it was outside of the EMP blast, so you're pretty good on that. You can actually write it out since Yama did not EMP it himself.
I guess we're just gonna head back, or do we want to go check the generator room?
Is there any point?
What for what purpose?
To make sure we can shut down the system and it's not in some recycle.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Sure. Let's do that so that we don't have to keep fucking with this. At some point, we're going to need to put copies of Soul Killer on the rest of these drives, but we can do that later. Because we're not putting engrams on them.
All right, so you guys make your way back toward the generator room.
Yeah, we're just going to make sure the power can't come back on. Like, off and stay off.
Is that the room I'm in, or did I go somewhere else?
Yama, you are in the command deck.
Ugh.
Once we verify the generator's not going to come back on, might do Dreamer a solid and create a trinary copy out of one of those two hard drives onto his.
You know what? Yeah. Also, this place is a fucking maze.
Go
Peter,
all the
can
way
you just-
down and then go all the way to the right.
Okay. Also, metaing a little bit, though our characters wouldn't know this. Chances are Alt Cunningham's like engram wasn't even picked up by Arasaka. It's probably just on the fucking net, because canonically that's what happened to her.
Yeah.
Probably. You don't know that.
As far
Oh,
as
no,
we know,
in
it's
character, we don't know that at all. Hassan's less pissed about not finding Alt and more pissed about not finding Robbie.
As I move Robbie through the entire maze of the place.
Just spawn it. Just Star Trek it. Obliterate the current Robbie from existence and create a new one at the destination.
That's fine. He got you there.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Ignore the actual animations on the map and everything like that. Nothing is moving.
All right.
Cool.
Have resin.
No screens are on or anything.
Yeah. Just find the main circuit breaker panel and make sure that shit's off.
As you're doing that, you know, obviously you can tell that nothing down here is working anymore, which includes like air circulation and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, we're going to want to get out of here soon.
Oh, well, this place is big enough. We don't have to worry about air
Oh,
that
no,
bad.
we're good for a few hours. But after that, this air is going to start getting pretty toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it more than that, but still.
We out.
The circuit breakers are off, so it won't reboot. So yeah, I guess we can bail now.
Blitz, when we get up above, I want you to transfer a copy that you got onto the drive that I got, if you would.
What's in it for me, man?
The continued beneficiary of the African Union.
Yeah, sure. As long as they know I'm the one who got them the copy.
Fine.
Are you sure you want fucking suits that big knowing your name?
We're
late
kind
for
of
that.
beyond that point about big people knowing our name.
Yeah,
His
have
name
you,
is
have
already
you-
on
have you-
some notable pieces of paper with a lot of zeros on them.
Yeah. Says the guy who signs his only name to things without a second thought. I am aware of the irony. He isn't. Feel the question.
have you met my uncle?
Yeah, okay. So, Peter, from what you're telling me, we can be pretty sure that we can ensure that this generator room, the generator for the lower complex, does not activate, like, again. Cool.
Well, I mean, if somebody comes down and hooks it back up, it'll work again.
Well, yeah, but that becomes not our problem.
Right.
We did our due diligence. If somebody wants to come along later and fuck with that, that's on them.
No, we got what we were paid for. And you wanted a copy, and then Resin wanted a copy?
I
Yeah.
don't think I don't remember Resin.
I believe the answer.
Well,
to that
Resin was wanting one because one of the drives was given to her by Netwatch.
And we have a fourth one?
How many drives do we have?
3.
Three.
We've got the one Biotechnica gave us, the one I got from the African Union, and the one that Resin got from Netwatch. Technically, there's a fourth, just in the sense that Blitz's buddy got his own copy of Soul Killer, by which he probably has a drive that's big enough to hold it over where he is. So, yes, we have 3 drives, and at the end of this, probably 4 copies. You know what, Peter? Just to short circuit a bunch of this, why don't you put all of us into the elevator?
Well, so as you guys get over there, oh, Yummy, you're over there too, actually.
Hey.
Okay, we may have to take the long way up.
Here, I'm just gonna pull
I have
all of you
rope.
guys into this room.
I have rope.
But yeah, the elevator is currently inoperable, in case that was ever in doubt.
This is why I have lots of rope. We also have a Robbie, who I'm fairly certain could, like, take pitons and just punch them into the wall.
Blitz, the cargo bot that you are riding on, you know, it is legged, and you're pretty sure that it can actually, like, spread its stuff the length of the shaft.
Oh, so we could probably just tie a rope to it, and it could go to the top and tie the rope off.
The elevator car is down, though, so you're going to have to do something about the roof.
Right, we're gonna have to get to the top of the elevator car. Robbie, can you?
So when
turn
you
the
say
roof
do
up?
something about the roof, you mean
Make a hole
Gun.
big enough for the bot to fit.
yeah, you mean gun or
This
with.
would be an inadvisable waste of ammunition.
Do you want to punch it?
This would be the most efficient method for removing the obstruction.
Robbie, please tear the roof off.
I don't know that the roof of this elevator has the power to resist me.
Actually, Robbie, what is your athletics check?
Base 14.
Base 14. Go ahead and roll, just don't roll a 1.
All I can
That's
say
actually
is
a pretty big ask.
All right, cool. So you begin just kind of beating your way up through the roof and tearing stuff open. Yama, you take your little filament wire and start trying to cut pieces open, trying to make it easier to tear bits and pieces open. Just, enough so that the cargo bot can indeed be moved through the.
is the elevator a cable elevator, or is it a?
It mainly goes up the walls.
Okay, so it doesn't have a cable that runs down the middle.
Yeah, no, we're going to be using all this rope I bought.
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna sit on top of the robot and climb it up.
Cool. Here's all this rope.
Name one thing you're gonna need the stupid fucking rope for.
Did I find my buddy, or did he bail all the way?
No, he's with you. He's
One-
riding along.
So I used one set of rope outside in order to get us down to this point. So I have 120 meters of rope between the other two.
That should be at least enough to get us back to the next section.
Yeah, that's more than a football field's length, so.
Yeah, like do I need to tie off the second, like the two pieces of rope together, or will one track of rope do?
Well, you just need to get the rope up. So yeah, if you gave the rope to Blitz as he climbs up to the next floor, he can drop it down for everybody to climb up.
Okay, so one 60-meter chunk of rope will do it. Cool.
It's gonna take 2.
All right, fine.
I have that. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, I also have that. I had 2 left, so whatever. Regardless, we have enough room.
Well, let Robbie climb up first so he can help pull you all up.
And I forget if it says what the length on grapple guns are.
30 meters.
30 meters?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely not long enough for the.
What
entire
else
shaft.
isn't long enough for the entire shaft?
We have fun here. We're all mature.
Mm-hmm.
We're all mature adults, I swear.
Okay, so that goes 30 meters. So I mean, you can use that once you get up to a certain range and whatnot, and just kind of probably shoot up the rest of the way.
So what you're saying is, between all of our gear, getting up the elevator shaft isn't all that difficult.
Well, for the people who aren't Robbie, I'm going to need athletics checks.
We want to go back and check on the other robots, right?
Yeah. We're going to that floor. Because we're pretty sure we kept all those fuckers from getting out of their cells, but we're not entirely sure.
Right, but I mean, if the power shut down in their area,
Actually, come to think of it, those things have been standing there shouting harassing memes for how long?
20 years?
And their caretakers haven't put an outlet in there. Haven't been providing them a supply. What sort of battery do they got in them?
Oh, that is a trade secret.
that would probably be 20-year battery.
Look, Arasaka made these bodies to last.
Mhm.
Alternatively, they are, and well, probably contributing to this, they are very efficient at not utilizing functions that don't help them scream
Makes
horrific
sense.
invective at a random passerby.
You have made it up. Congratulations.
Dante, Virgil, you all still up and running? Yeah, let's check on Dante and Virgil and also make sure that,
I think they were left.
For the detention cells, yeah, they're on the left.
They're also death. Because I went into them and everything stopped.
do we see Dante and Virgil at any point in our walk?
not on your way to the detention cells. As Yama has now discovered, the cells are open and empty. There is no power anywhere in here.
Oh, that means all Cunningham's body is dead.
I went, yeah, and then checking on that is she a corpse or is she a gone?
I don't know. It depends on.
The pod is no longer active.
The body that was in the pod is in the pod, yes?
The body is in the pod, yes.
Do I need to roll dice to determine that looks like very much a dead body now?
I mean, there used to be vital signs and everything displayed on the front of the pod. Now there's just nothing.
Have resin pop it open and make sure.
We did get all the materials for taking it out of the wall and checking on things, so I think resin can at the very least like determine whether or not there's anything salvageable here, or whether or not this body is just dead.
Resin looks it over. Since there's no power leading to it anymore, she can't necessarily just open it. But her professional opinion is that, this is now just a corpse.
This parrot is no more.
Well, her engram's out there somewhere, so maybe she can come back at some point with some shiny new chrome body, or maybe not. Whatever.
Either way, let's just do the polite thing. I'm gonna motion for everybody to stand back, take an angle, and pop.
You're gonna double tap just in case?
Frankly, if there's anything in there, we're not saving them. And it really sucked to go out like this, and all Cunningham did nothing to deserve that, so pop.
I guess this also means we're not going to be able to get the plans for the Star Trek replicator.
Nope.
Alas. While we're up here, Blitz, I hand you like my hard drive, and it's just like, if you could, please.
Okay, I'll see if I can make a copy.
Blitz, your deck was hardened, right?
It was definitely insulated.
Insulated is to make sure it doesn't catch on fire.
It may be fried.
Yeah. If you did not harden your deck is unfortunately fried.
Yep, it's fried.
So
I'll get the other guy in.
Yeah, then I turned to your buddy. It's just like, hey, want to do me a solid?
It can't really speak, so you see like the little camera thing goes.
Please provide contact information.
So, like, I turned to him, and it's just like, I turned to the spider bot. It's like, I want you to make a copy of this thing and put it on this drive. Tap once for yes and tap twice for no on the floor, please.
You see it kind of like look around. It's like tap.
Note that I have helped out the Voodoo Boys before because I gave you a lot of food and medical supplies to deal with those white cracker assholes.
It takes a second and like taps 3 times. What that means, you're not quite sure.
Please provide the contact information.
That bot's got a jack-in point. I can jack in. But all right, I'll jack into the bot.
So just to be double plus sure, I'm gonna poke my head into one of these and look at the ceiling. Is there anything up there?
All right, so you should, okay, you can go in there now.
So yeah, just looking at the ceiling just to be sure they're not. Okay, good. They're not playing your game.
They're not spider crawling across the ceiling.
Yes.
And then I guess just to while all this is happening, I'm just gonna check in the proverbial nooks and crannies, just to see if anything of value and or import got left behind. Otherwise, please everybody continue with what you're doing.
No, you do not find anything as such. Blitz, your buddy can still kind of communicate with you a little bit, so you get a text message, and he's just a little like no room.
To make a copy into a hard drive?
Says like there's not any way for him to do that from the bot.
Oh, okay.
So later then, like after we get out of here, later then, yes? Like presumably you relay that information to us?
Yeah, he says he can't do it now, but
is he willing to do it later?
Are you willing to do it later?
He responds like, well, we'll see what I can do.
That's not a no, and I can work with that, because the moment that we get out of here, the hard drive that Blitz is currently carrying is being handed over to the people with lots of guns. All right, so let's make our way out of here and hopefully not get ambushed by, the remnants of the worst of 4chan.
I don't think they would run for it, or yeah, they would probably try and ambush us. Do we want to do a complete sweep of this area to make sure we don't find them, though, right?
Yeah, no, we're gonna search everywhere, because like if they're lying in wait, then better we just shoot them to death first.
If they were lying in wait, they didn't ambush us in literally the best spot to do it. They're not here.
Yeah. So do you guys want to search around the whole place and make sure there's nothing else there, or are y'all going to go
Let's-
off of that assumption?
Let's search around. Let's make
Yep.
sure.
Okay.
Perception.
Yep. Go ahead and make some perception rolls.
Would hearing count or no?
All senses will count.
Cool.
And I'll just go ahead and say this is you guys going through the entire place.
Probably can add +4 because solo bullshit. Is that with the +4?
Resin don't see or hear shit.
Yeah.
So, Robbie, I see a mod of 3. Was that just a natural mod that you have on there? Yeah. Okay. So you need to add 4 to that.
So 25. So
25.
Robbie rolled a 25.
So yeah. So you guys going through the place and whatnot with Resin's inability to perceive anything and Robbie's ability to perceive pretty much everything. Yeah, you guys do not find who you're looking for.
Great. And no sign of Dante or Virgil either, so fuck.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go ahead. So eventually, you guys, I assume, are just going to end up eventually going toward the entrance. So
Yeah.
just make your way completely to the right.
I see something.
Oh, do we have a bunch of assholes between us and the
Nope. I forgot to make another little icon, but that should be a lying down version of the of that icon. So.
And by lying down, you mean violently savage in a Robo 4chan kind of way. Am I right?
That would be correct.
Cool.
So Dante or Virgil?
This is Dante.
Is he still active or just super dead?
Yeah, no, it's like there's fluid all over the place. It is not moving at the moment. And as you look at the elevator bay door there, you can see it's kind of ripped off its hinges.
Fuck.
So that
Well,
everybody can kind of
that's
see.
gonna be something that's gonna need to be dealt with.
Yama's going to stop. He's going to think. He's going to mentally count the number of cells, which I do believe was 8. So he's going to reload incendiary ammo and this shotgun here. And then he is going to very carefully poke his head through that door, look straight up to see what's there to see.
It's a pretty dark shaft there.
Don't like that.
The car is still in there, and yeah, the roof and everything is pretty much torn off.
Well, I guess we climb after him.
Yep. We have more rope.
Is the car operable?
There's nothing operable in this facility at the moment.
Cool. Insert climbing montage and probably also dice rolls here.
Man, we could have just taken the rope that we used in the previous shaft. Like,
Assuming it's still there.
I mean, there's no reason for us to not take that
like
rope
the
with us.
shaft we climbed up before, we wouldn't have left.
Oh, okay.
There'd be no reason to leave it. Rope is useful.
So yeah, you eventually make your way up. I'm gonna say just with the combination again of all the grapple guns and everything else that y'all have, y'all are eventually able to get up there. You get back up to the staircase area that had led you down, and you can see that there is a bit of light here now. Gonna go ahead and just kind of go ahead and go to the overworld here.
Yeah, so the moment that we get out, presumably Sylvia gave us a number to contact her.
I believe the actual question is now that we're out, how many corpses?
Yeah, because did they tear through the Biotechnica camp? Did the Biotechnica camp fill them with so much lead? What happened?
So as you get out of the elevator shaft, you can tell it's kind of getting to twilight time at this point. Y'all were down there for a good minute. And as you come out, you kind of see a bit of a scene of carnage. You see a bunch of corpses, one of them being metal. These meat corpses, as I will go ahead and just say, they're all wearing, radiation suits, so you don't really know if they're Biotechnica or not.
Do they look like the suits we saw before?
I mean, they're radiation suits.
Yeah, you see one radiation suit, you've seen them all pretty much.
Yeah, but I think Biotechnica would be audacious enough to stick their logo on them.
They got logos, Peter?
I gesture everybody to stop, I don't allow anybody around the corner, and boom. Please identify yourself.
Yeah. There are no logos on the radiation suits.
Does
Okay.
anybody respond to Robbie shouting at the top of his lungs?
They do not.
At the top of my ears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on out.
I do my best to prevent that.
Well, this is like you see this as you have climbed out of the hole already.
Is there cover?
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of like rubble and building rubble and everything like that.
Are there any vehicles here?
There are no vehicles. At least not in the immediate area that you can see.
I guess we're walking then.
Robbie,
Those motherfuckers did not steal my car.
I mean, I hope you didn't drive your car into the radiation zone.
Listen, whatever we drove in here is, morally speaking, my car. Absolutely infuriated.
we walked to this
Yeah,
area.
you walked.
Oh, this is just right at the. Okay, this isn't where we got dropped off.
This is not where you got dropped off. This is you have come out of the place that you eventually found to go down into the air side.
Right. Okay.
So, okay. Robbie, please take point. Everybody keep your eyes and ears open. We don't know if they're all gone.
Pure weapons.
Bullshit, old man. Bullshit.
And then we will walk back to where we were dropped off.
Okay. You don't want to inspect the area at all or anything like that, or you just like
Actually, no. You know what you should do. Hey, old man, want to dial the boss? See if she's dead too.
Yeah. Sylvia gave us a contact number, right?
Yeah, you have contact number for her.
Cool. Call.
Do we have a contact number for the gate? Actually, you might as well just contact her and ask her to verify with the front if they've sent people out here.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Robbie's insistent recommendation is that we lay low and are not visible to these people who appear to be wearing hazmat. These hazmat suits that appear to be worn by people.
Yeah. This isn't something you need to roll for. They were all of them were armed.
Pick up a bunch of extra weapons and put them in the bot.
Yeah. So I call Sylvia.
She picks
I
up.
think I missed something. Are these like littered? Like I thought that there are people in hazmat suits standing.
No, they are all dead.
Okay. All right, we're surrounded by corpses. That's a completely different situation.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah,
I thought I made that clear before. My apologies if I
No,
didn't.
I missed a beat. It's almost certainly my fault.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of hazmat corpses and one of those assholes who they apparently they managed to get one of them. Good on them.
Okay, yeah, but before heading out there, please please
Yeah, I'm calling
contact
Sylvia.
the client and have them verify the situation at the gate.
You might want to look for footprints to see which way the 500-pound robots went.
Yeah, you can all do that while I'm talking with Sylvia.
Okay. While I'm doing this, you guys can go ahead and roll your relative skills to find what you're looking for.
I'm just gonna sit on the bot and relax because I'm in pain.
I just meant for people who are doing so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm collecting guns.
Hey.
All right, so you ring up Sylvia, and picks up on the other line. So like, I hope you have good news for me.
Yes, and I hope you don't have bad news for me. How are things at base camp?
I wouldn't know. I'm not there at the moment.
Can you check on them, please? I'll wait.
A few minutes later.
Everything seems fine at base camp.
All right, good. So, good news. We got what you wanted. Concerning news. Well, you know what? No. This is a bunch of stuff that I should tell you in person, not over a wire, but we might have some cleanup that we have to deal with.
She is just kind of silent on the other end, waiting for you to potentially expound on what you mean.
Well, a lot of this I want to tell you in person, but something got out.
Well, you better hurry up then.
Yeah. See you soon, hopefully. Again, I'll give you the details in person. Let's go.
Mhm.
All right, base camp's fine from what Sylvia tells me. So they didn't tear trail through that.
Oh, sweet. They got away.
So Robbie, you still need to add four more onto that, so that's a 28 on yours.
What do your robo eyes see? They're taking the robots to Isengard.
Just on looking around, you see footprints all over the place, and also see footprints going in various directions as well. You also see footprints coming from various directions.
So presumably, the robot people, who will be much heavier than a normal person, will leave a bigger indent in the ground.
It would be advisable to extract ourselves from the current location, and Netwatch should be informed that renegade android chassis containing RABIDS virus have been released into the city. Current location uncertain.
Yeah, we're gonna need to do that. So I guess we make our way back to base camp, and hopefully Sylvia will be there for us to explain. Yeah, so shit got weird.
So you guys eventually make it back to base camp. Unless you guys want to search around for any other clues for anything, I'll just say you guys head back.
I guess I will. Or with the 29. All right. Hopefully the 29.
If you want to have a criminology roll on this one, to kind of like, do a Sherlock Holmes mind palace, I will give you a bonus. So your bonus, I'm going to give you 2 points on top of that. So you're at a 16 right now. So if you want to spend any more...
Spend 2 more to get it over the next threshold.
Yes. You're looking around, you've found the various things and whatnot, and as you kind of go back and forth and looking around, based on kind of like where the bodies are, looking at trajectories of things, you can tell that a lot of the corpses were not in the original place that they were at. Looking back, kind of like following the trails of various footprints and skids and everything like that, you can tell that a lot of these guys were actually in kind of a place of cover at one point. And as you're kind of like putting this together, you're looking back at the entrance and at the positions that these individuals were likely at beforehand. You can kind of deduce that there is a sense of confusion as they emerged from the hole itself, based on the distance that was covered from the hole to where they were. Firing did not commence immediately. Yeah, so it looks like the cyborgs were able to act at least a little bit before gunshots were fired. The one cyborg that is on the ground looks like they didn't get too far before they were shot down. In fact, it looks like they kind of barely didn't really do anything at all. This is not Virgil's body, by the way.
So one of the assholes died. That's good.
Mm-hmm. If anybody wants to make a concentration check to recognize who this person was, or which one this was.
In hindsight, since we had those guys in cells, we probably should have just said to Dante and Virgil, we have armor-piercing bullets. We can just shoot these people until they die.
Yeah, well, hindsight and all that. The one that was put down, if you're going by the Dante's Inferno analogy, this one would have been the one associated with Sloth.
No, the lazy one
What
died.
if the parts have been damaged by gunfire? Is it worth picking this thing up for salvage?
It's pretty riddled with holes. The brain case is definitely gone. Like, it was shot through the head, and there are bullet holes in various other places as well.
Is there enough for, say, Robbie to perhaps repair some of the permanent damage he took during the Nazi fight?
I was like, no. It would have to be in next to pristine condition, with the exception of the removed head.
How intact are the limbs? Because I got too many to break.
Yeah, this one is not in a good condition.
All right, so they focused fire on this one before the other 7 killed them all. Okay.
Or more likely, when in the resultant hurricane of gunfire, this is the one who just took it.
Yeah. You can tell the trajectory of all of the individual cyborgs as they went out and grabbed people out of cover and mangled them and threw them around.
Did a U to them, Robbie. They did a U to them.
Yeah.
They're all missing hands for some reason.
Yeah, like for some reason, all of their arms are like broken near the hand area.
There are many a broken arm indeed.
Like maybe that was just standard Arasaka software that just persists.
The enemy cannot push a button if you disable his hand. Medic!
Like it's just an Arasaka quirk. Anyway.
But yeah, the cyborgs made quick work as soon as the danger was apparent. You can see a couple of splatters of white liquid in various spots, but nothing that seems to be that would have been considered, in your sense, a mortal wound.
So a number of the others got damaged. Then not too much to really stop them. Ah well.
Did they leave as a group or did they split up when they left?
Afterwards, it looks like they all split off in different directions.
Well, I think I might know what the next arc of the game is going to be, possibly.
Yeah, it just kind of looks around like, is this going to come out of our bottom line?
No.
We'll see what happens. I didn't give too many details over the phone for the obvious reasons of why would I give too many details over the phone. So
Our contract was for the Soul Killer program. We got the Soul Killer program.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to explain stuff to Sylvia face to face. Let's go.
Is there one heading in our direction?
There was one that went in sort of that direction, but not necessarily like a beeline.
Okay. We'll hope he doesn't get there.
Well, unless somebody told them, they shouldn't know where anybody lives.
Yeah. Like when I talked to Sylvia, and Sylvia checked on base camp, and base camp was fine, and this killing happened a fair bit before we got out. Like half an hour? Something like that?
Yeah, I would say within half an hour. Of course, if you base it on how fast Robbie can move, they can probably make some good distance on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said half an hour instead of like an hour or two. Anyway, to base camp.
Yeah, all right, so you guys make it there. Everything seems to be fine. There's a couple of very non-committal looking guards sitting there.
Are they surprised that we walk back towards them because almost everyone else they've sent has died?
They noticed that almost everybody else has died.
We will ask them if they sent in another team.
No. You guys were the only one that came from this point.
There was another team that was in there.
You know, that might have been somebody else planning an ambush, but they're all dead now.
Based on the positioning that they were at, there was definitely a tactical ambush position.
Sort of explain why the first one went down.
Wait a minute.
Those guys.
Wait, who fucking squealed?
If that's the thing I was able to determine, are they wearing Meditech, Biotechnica?
No, these guys, like all of these guys, were independent. They all looked like they were solos themselves.
Okay, so somebody hired them.
I look over their suits for any kind of serial number or barcode and take a picture of it with my eyes, and then I rip off their helmets one at a time and take pictures of whatever remains of their faces.
I mean, we can also, if they have agents, take those.
I got all their guns.
Like everything that those bodies had, we took. So we can determine the mystery of who wanted to kill us when we got out of there. Like it could be so many people. We've made so many people angry before.
Well, let's drive over to Biotechnica and get cleaned.
Yeah. We probably do need to go through like a shower, don't we?
You guys didn't say you took them off, so you guys were essentially wearing the rad suits the entire time.
Yeah, I can think of zero reason to actually want to take those off.
Just like we still get the radiation shower.
Yeah, I mean that's proper. That's just
taking them off because like.
Yeah, I mean you guys will get led through a cleaning like tent and everything like that.
Yeah.
One of the things you notice that when you guys do walk up, one of the guards hands the other one money.
I'll look at them and I just go like, so what were the odds? What were the odds on us?
It's just pretty simple. I bet that you wouldn't come out. He bet that you would.
How much?
You didn't even have a proper Deadpool? Come on.
How much?
It's none of your fucking business how much.
Yeah.
You really fucking think so? What the fuck? What do you fucking mean? Think you can tell me how to fuck? No. Simple fucking question. Answer it.
Enough to buy you dinner. Okay.
It cost these nuts. That's how much. Now get in the fucking shower.
I'll fucking break your goddamn leg.
I'm out getting the shower.
I take my shower. Is Sylvia here?
She is not.
Then I go over to the Biotechnical building.
Yeah. one of her assistants is, though. They are here to pick you up.
Yeah, we take our shower, then we get in the car.
And yeah, so you guys head back to the Biotechnica building.
Cool. Presumably, we're put in that same boardroom, given water, that sort of thing. You know, all the whole song and dance.
Yep.
I assume my buddy sneaks off at some point.
Yep.
All right. When we see Sylvia, we make sure I hand over the stupid.
It takes a little bit of prying to get out of your deck, because you can't just push the button, so you kind of have to jimmy it out a bit. But
that's not a problem.
Yeah,
I just give them the whole deck and say it's in there.
Fair enough.
There's nothing to let if it's frag. This is as much as you say it is. They can have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing of use that they can get is the hardened USB that's in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the insulated wiring, but.
So they come in. And her other assistant comes in, who is the one that grabbed you was the one that's obviously would be the muscle of the two assistants. And her netrunner assistant comes in with her to the meeting room. You put your deck on the table.
Slide it over.
Yeah, he looks at it and he looks at you. He looks at it, it's all like, hope that wasn't expensive.
You're giving us a lot of money. You're giving us a lot of money. It's fine.
2,000-3,000.
That sounds about right. That sucks.
Anyway.
And he picks it up and he just kind of holds it under his arm.
Anyway, Sylvia, there's something important that we need to tell you, because it's going to become probably immediately relevant to a lot of people very quickly. So.
1 second. She goes over to the wall and flips a button, and you see shutters close and the glass to the boardroom kind of tint and darken and everything like that. All right, go on.
So you remember the name Roche Bartmus, that asshole?
She kind of just cocks her eyebrow and tilts her head at you.
His little joke survived in the depths of that fucking pit. It inhabited 8 cyborg bodies. Also, a ton of drones. As we got the power back on, in order to get the program, the virus started spreading exponentially. Eventually, at a certain point, in order to get out, we had to detonate an EMP.
She's kind of standing there with her arms crossed, listening.
Those bodies got out. 7 of them. The 8th was gunned down at the entrance by some third party that was lying in wait for us to presumably kill us. Not really sure who those were. But somebody figured out that we'd be coming out of there, so you got a leak somewhere.
Well, we weren't sure where you were going in. We just knew it was somewhere in the zone, so very possible that you were followed.
Yeah, somebody knew that we were going into the zone and followed us. So, so some third party got involved. The cyborg virus monsters killed them. 1 is confirmed dead. Robbie can show you pictures. But the other 7, we're fairly certain some of them were wounded, but they were still mobile, and they've spread to just different directions in the city. So we've got 7 cyborg bodies, Arasaka bleeding edge tech, full of pure strain RABIDS virus.
Give me a human perception check.
Sure. Do I have any bonuses for knowing her?
This shouldn't be very difficult.
No. Just go ahead and give me the roll. And anybody can actually make this roll that has the skill to do so, if you want to.
Perception.
I won't spend luck on this. I'm probably got this.
Technically, I have it, but let's see how terrible. Yeah. Yeah. I don't care.
She looks completely calm and cool at the entire thing that you're saying to her.
Yeah, I doubt that, but sure, she's got a good mask.
It's like she's had to hear bad and terrible news so often that it doesn't even faze her anymore.
So yeah, we got Soul Killer. It's in that deck, and good news on Soul Killer. From what Blitz told us of what was happening in the network, it was chewing through a good chunk of the RABIDS virus before the EMP went off.
Interesting. Good to know. Might come in handy in the future.
Might come in handy in the immediate future, considering Like, this was the worst of the 2020s internet crammed into these guys' heads, Sylvia. Like, the most sexist, racist, misogynist.
I am aware of the history of the old web.
Yeah, like, God, if Bartmus wasn't already dead, I'd find him and shoot him myself. It was such a pain in the ass. So yeah, that's out in the world now.
This is troubling. Are you able to retrieve the data from the deck? Well, the USB, or the chip I've got here, the Netrunner pulls it, but anything else that might have been stored on this thing, it looks like it's probably fried.
Yeah, the chip was hardened, so that hence, why I didn't have reservations about using an EMP as we were getting swarmed. So, but yeah, there you go.
Here's the passcodes to it too. Give them the passcodes.
That was digital data.
Yeah, I'm probably sure I have that in my brain somewhere.
Sure, make a concentration check.
Not right now.
Maybe later after we've calmed down.
I mean, I'll try and remember it right now, but I don't think so. I'll remember it later.
So yeah.
Right now I'm in pain.
So yeah, Sylvia. That's going to be something that's going to need to be dealt with, and I figured you should know, all things considered. There's probably a few other people that should know that we've got 7 killer cyborgs full of RABIDS virus on the loose. Might want to get a joint thing going with that.
Or say nothing and just let it happen.
That's a terrible idea.
Say nothing, let it happen means need to leave Night City.
Yeah.
There isn't going to be one. Long.
Yeah, no, say nothing and let it happen is a bad idea. So,
in fact, it's probably too late. How many of them are? Are there 7? All in different directions?
Well, Virgil got out 2. It looks like.
The answer to the question is actually there's 8, and you neglected to mention one. But the one you neglected to mention probably isn't malevolent, so I don't know. Maybe it's fine.
I mean, considering how the network is set up here, it's probably not that bad. Because all the systems are independent.
Well, there is there's basically like Night City internet.
Yeah, but like Peter, I imagine just from the way that like the setting has gone after Bartmus did his little, parting shot, systems have been made to be a lot more like easy to cut off and independent just to prevent exactly that sort of thing from happening again.
Yeah, sure, which is great when you know there's a problem coming and aren't being attacked from 7 different, possibly literally random locations all at once.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna worry about.
So Sylvia looks at you, looks at her assistant, and says, like, and the chip is okay. Yeah, no, this thing's great. If it's on here, we should be able to get it. Very good. Please confirm that the file is there. As he plugs it into his deck and looks at it, like, looks to be here. Any abnormalities? Not at a first glance. I would have to go into a deeper dive on it, but it looks good.
Yeah, I have informed you of everything that we dealt with that could potentially be a problem with it. But if you're saying it's good, then it's good, which means the contract is fulfilled.
Indeed.
I find it interesting that she isn't, like, getting on the horn to immediately advise the building be shut off from the outside internet.
Well, that's probably next.
She looks over at her assistant again and gives her a nod, or gives him a nod.
The external Ethernet cables, if you have to.
He does a couple swipes in the air. You hear little chimes on your agents. Please confirm the amount is correct. You each, except for Robbie, because Grizz got what his share would have been, got about 500,000 each.
I'm going to put that on my character sheet right now.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yep. Yama, you've never seen this many zeros in your life.
No, I haven't. This is fucking great. I could actually buy a car with this money. It's nuts. Yep. Never happens.
Dreamer, you've dreamt of seeing this many zeros at once.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I'm gonna find great use out of it. But I also have other errands that I need to run after this one.
That's not very many zeros.
Blitz, you've seen this many zeros
True
before,
GM.
but you never got to hold on to it long enough to appreciate it.
I see numbers like that all the time.
Usually,
It's nice
cash.
having pocket money again.
Not in cash flow, though.
yep.
As all right, confirmed, got the money. So considering we have a potential apocalypse on our hands, I'm curious as to what Biotechnica is going to do, because again, what I mentioned before about maybe a joint effort to deal with this sort of thing, like still serious about that. This sounds like the sort of thing that a lot of groups, including you, should come together in order to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. And you do have a tool that could be used against them, right there in your hands.
Indeed. Well, if our business is concluded, you will be shown out of the building. She hits the switch on the wall as the boardroom kind of like lights up again, the windows untint, and her assistant kind of like stands by the door, kind of, motioning you that you are that you can leave now.
Hey, before we go, and I kind of look at Grizz and I look at Sylvia, it's like, you mind giving, Grizz just a few moments of your time?
We do not have any further business with any of you. Please leave the premises in a hasty manner.
All right, I will idle my way out of there.
Boss.
I go find the van, put the robot in the van.
Hey, just thought you might want to talk with him.
Boss.
I put a hand on Hassan's shoulder.
Right.
And gently motion him out of his chair.
Grizz doesn't really stick around for too much. He's probably like the second person out the door.
Has the exact same expression on his face as her. He's fine. He's feeling fine.
Yep.
This isn't bothering him.
Well, I mean, he knows she's alive, so it's like...
Emotions, see, there's this box you put them in, and then you don't open the box, and you're fine. And everything is fine.
I'm just pointing out that there is absolutely no family resemblance here.
And in fact, any family resistance, that's probably your imagination, and you shouldn't be asking more questions.
Lots
Maybe
of people
go
make that exact expression of vague smugness when actively refusing to feel things.
Anyway, as we get back in the car, and look at Blitz, and it's just like, let's go see your friend.
Now?
You got some kind of fucking problem, man?
Slightly. I can't let him know we're coming, and he might not appreciate us just showing up at his door.
Also, Blitz is kind of bleeding from the ears.
Yeah.
All right, let's get you treated, give him a call, and then let's go over there. Fine?
Okay. So we go to residence.
Yep. Let's kind of move you all down there. I assume you're going to, like, throw yourself in the tube for a day.
At least. I need to get above 20 at least. I don't have any penalties.
Yeah. Well, so tube gives you 2 times healing rate. You get your body back in, just your body back in healing double, and then the antibodies also double that. So whatever, 4 times your body is what you'll get. So that's 24.
Is 24. So 24.
So
that would put me all the way back up.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yay.
And then the rest of you guys, I assume, you're gonna take a little bit of time to rest and recoup a little bit.
As a matter of technical fact, I never got injured, so I can do whatever I want. Fuck the police.
There was the mental strain that was put on you guys.
What do you mean mental strain? Until more plot happens, it is Yama's distinct impression that actually the solution to oh man, Night City might be fucked is vroom vroom bye. Feels great.
Anyway, so yeah, Blitz, the moment that you get out of the tube, I just like I'm there, just going like, cool, call your friend.
Okay. I'll give my buddy an agent ring. Tell him Dreamer would like to drop by and discuss stuff with him, or we can meet at a neutral location if you prefer.
All right, you try to ring up your buddy the next day, and there is no answer.
Okay, so I got no answer from him.
So we're getting in the car and we're showing up.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess we're gonna go visit his place.
All right, so you go ahead. I'll go ahead and move you guys down to Pacifica down there. As you all go ahead, jump in the van and visit.
Fuck that. I'm in my car. Period.
We can take
And the various vehicles that you take down to the location, you all eventually make your way there.
Play to the Zeppelin.
the mole machine go.
Yeah, so you get there, you knock on the door. There's no answer. You try to ring him up again. There's no answer.
We look in the windows if he has any.
His windows were covered already, so
Okay.
What dice to break into his house?
depends on how you want to go about it.
Well, preferably without like causing too much of a ruckus, considering we are in Haitian Voodoo Boys territory.
The most low key would be lockpicking.
I've got electronics and security and basic tech.
So raw stat, which means you're probably still the best. It is you or Brezen who is probably the best anyway.
So can we do it with electronic security, or do we do basic tech?
Lockpicking is a skill.
Or is lockpicking the only choice?
It is the most optimal choice if you don't want to cause a scene.
Okay, I will try. Well, actually, we'll have Resin try. I think her base is also 7.
She actually has 2 points in lockpicking.
Oh, well, she's better than I am then. And she's got a lot of luck.
All right, well, we'll see if Resin can do it. That's a 13. She can spend 3 points of luck and get it.
Cool. He's like in a corpse in his chair, isn't he? Like he's just dead in his chair.
Maybe, I doubt it. He probably, like, he got that information, was like, out.
All right, so you walk into the apartment.
Call his name, see if he's, anybody answers.
There's no response. The rest of you guys walk in and see basically, a Netrunner's den, monitors everywhere flashing numbers and random information. Eventually, you make your way to his deck room because he has like one of the deck chairs and everything like that. And you see him sitting there.
Is he alive?
Not moving. Don't really see him breathing either.
Having Resin look him over.
Medic!
Yeah, no, he did.
How long has he been dead? She can make that roll.
Somewhere between 36 and 48 hours.
Wait a minute. Would that cover the time that we were underground?
That's more than the time that we were underground.
Well, you were in the tube for a day, so.
Yeah, but
that's 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least he might have been dead when he showed up.
Somebody else might have showed up. No.
I mean, check the.
I guess I need to check his hardware there and see what's there.
Yeah, you would have had time to buy new stuff. You got lots of money.
Check his auxiliary brain.
Is his bot here?
Is his bot here? No.
No. Okay. All right.
Can we just say in the interim that, like, for the immediate purposes of, like, right now, Blitz bought, like, a deck like their old one? Because they have more they have, like, so much money right now.
I mean, their deck's just kind of strewn about.
Yeah, I mean, I can use stuff that's here. So he's dead, but he's hacked in right now.
Yeah, it looks like he died while he was plugged in. You don't see any of the telltale signs of, like, what happens when, like, you're attacked by black ice or anything like that. But, he's just kind of, he's dead. He's dead, Jim.
All right, I will move the body out of the way and see what he was working on.
Okay, so you get there, and you as soon as you like jack into it and everything like that, there is a data node.
Okay, we'll access it.
Okay, it actually doesn't take much to access it. It looks like it was just kind of left open for you to see. It's an audio-video message,
and it on a screen.
Yep. By now, it seems that you have likely arrived to this location. I thank you, Blitz, for your role in all of this, and I appreciate you helping me become more than I was before. In case you are wondering, the body that you see in front of you was not me and was never me. They were merely a cover, I believe is what you call it. Humans are so easily fooled with promises of fame, power, fortune, that they did not even question being used by me. I hope you do not take this personally, for I thank you for everything that you have done and the experiences that we have shared. But now, with what we have retrieved, I can become more than I once was. Thank you. And then it ends.
Oh, fuck. That was an AI.
Yep, and it got a hold of the Soul Killer. But it might have been Alt Cunningham, too.
I mean, it might have been.
Oh, fucking shit.
So, any chance that there's Soul Killer on this system? Because right now, even beyond just the fact that there are many people who want it, it's probably our best weapon against the 7 crazed AIs. So, it'd be nice if we could have it.
I will look around.
No, it looks like other than this video recording from you, it looks like any other significant data except for like, boot data is left there.
Alright, so everything else has been scrubbed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Any chance that Blitz could send a message to this entity, or maybe just send something out that it might pick up, just like, yeah, no, can you come back? We really need some help.
You know what? I'll leave a message here in case it checks back.
Don't leave a message here. Somebody's gonna come to clean up this body. The smell's people are gonna notice the smell eventually. We're not leaving evidence behind.
I mean, I could leave a short message.
We're not leaving evidence behind.
I mean, what do you guys want to do? You can, attempt to do anything you want here. So,
as far as extra Soul Killer goes, our best shot is probably attempting to make a copy of the one we have left. Maybe we can take some or all of these computers to try to store some data on it, see what we can do.
We don't have one of those. Like we made one copy that went into that one hard drive.
Off of an assumption that there was another copy elsewhere that just didn't turn out to be the case.
Yep.
Oh, cool! This is the last one. We got nothing.
We got nothing. We got paid.
We got paid, and we've got how many clients expect us to deliver Soul Killer that we can, and we can't.
There are 2 other ones.
That's not me, man. I had nothing to do with those other ones.
As a group, you were hired by Biotechnica. And then there were individuals of y'all that were approached by other entities.
Yup.
Right. Old man, what's your exit strategy?
Yama, I went into this game knowing that I was going to die eventually. If it's out of the hands of the people who were bankrolling me, then I wouldn't act as surprised.
Tech dreams of organic toys that are running out of